Game Sports, watch the Game Sports, another test run. Had some problem with my intro music, but that's all good. Think I'm getting the hang of it. Once I get this intro music act right, we might have something going on. But this is a test run, and I want to talk about tonight's Monday Night Football matchup. Our Chicago Bears going into Minnesota to try and avenge their Week 6 loss. The game in which Justin Fields was injured that right thumb on his throwing hand. But anyway, they're going to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings tonight on Monday Night Football. This is a test run once again. I'm getting familiar with the StreamYard platform. Not fortunate enough to have my man Benjamin Banneker with me today, so that's why I'm doing this. Trying to get a feel for the platform and how to run it on my own a little bit. So, with that being said, Bears Vikings preview. So, a little bit of an injury update as guys that will not be playing in tonight's game. Offensive lineman Larry Borum, running back Deontay Foreman, and cornerback Tyreek Stevenson, who had an opportunity to get his first NFL interception last week. Really good performance from Tyreek Stevenson against the Detroit Lions. So unfortunately, he will not be there tonight for the Chicago Bears. So also Deontay Foreman will not be there, and Larry Borum, as I said. So what do I expect? What do I need to see from Chicago Bears tonight? I need to see the Chicago Bears defense put together another tremendous performance, and I need for them to finish it up tonight. 60 minutes of complimentary football. What do I need to see from the offense? I need Justin Fields to take care of the football, number one. I would like to see the Bears establish the running game. As we see, Deontay Foreman would not be in the game tonight, but Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert, and I guess you're going to see Justin Fields run the ball quite a bit. I do not want to see Justin Fields run the ball 19 times tonight. However, I do want to see the Bears solve the problems that they had in Week 6, because you know Brian Flores is going to bring it tonight. On the road in Minnesota, I need to see them recognize these blitzes, and I need to see them take advantage of the opportunity that they're going to have in doing so. So, those one or two big plays might present themselves when they gamble with the blitz, as far as the Minnesota Vikings and defensive coordinator Brian Flores. I believe that Justin's going to have one or two opportunities to make big plays, maybe more if they can catch that defense slipping from time to time, given the fact that they're probably going to be heavy on the blitz from time to time. Maybe the Bears can take advantage of those opportunities and score quite a few points. So, unfortunately, or maybe we are fortunate, but Kirk Cousins won't be playing in this game tonight. He got injured maybe a week or two after the Vikings beat the Bears. But Joshua Dobbs will be playing quarterback tonight for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't think Jefferson is back yet. So Joshua Dobbs, I believe he presents a different challenge to the Chicago Bears defense with his mobility, his ability to make plays with his arm and with his legs. A lot different from Kirk Cousins, just sitting back in the pocket. So I think the challenge for the Bears defense in Monday Night Football tonight in Minnesota is going to be containing Joshua Dobbs and making him play strictly from the pocket, setting an edge and making him play strictly from the pocket, not allowing him to make plays with his legs, much like Justin Fields. But I think that's going to be a tremendous challenge for the Chicago Bears tonight. If they can keep Joshua Dobbs in the pocket, forcing them to play quarterback from the pocket, they should do pretty well. Also, for the defense, I'd like to see them get to the quarterback. Montez Sweat, first NFL sack for the Chicago Bears. Got it against Detroit last week. Want to see him continue to impact that front four and get pressure on the quarterback. As I said, Tyreek Stevenson will not be out. They will not be out there today. Maybe our man Jalen Johnson can get a pick because it's time for him to make some big plays. He missed out on opportunities in Detroit. Maybe a couple opportunities in Detroit to get some interceptions and possibly a pick six opportunity slipped out of his hands in Detroit. Hopefully he will have the opportunity to do so again tonight, and he'll take advantage of those big plays tonight. However, the offense last week against Detroit didn't get all it could out of those turnovers. I think it was 4 turnovers the 4 takeaways that the Bears had against the Detroit Lions. So, if they have an opportunity to take the ball away tonight, I would like to see the offense capitalize with touchdowns. Speaking of the defense, and speaking of Justin, I think you all would agree this is the defense's best performance since Justin. The results we got in Detroit, they were the best results that we've seen from a Chicago Bears defense since 2018. I think most of you guys would agree. And I most definitely the best defensive effort that since Justin Fields has been a quarterback. Last week against Detroit, that was the Bears' best defensive output since Justin Fields has been the quarterback. Throughout most of the second season for Justin, at least in the second half of the season, he spent more time trying to play better than his defense. And last week against Detroit, the defense played well except for those last 2 minutes in the 2-minute offense. That Detroit ended up coming back and winning the game in the last 4 minutes to be exact. They scored at least 14 points to finish that game, and then of course with the safety that was that the defense with Aiden Hutchinson strip sacking that ball and Darnell Wright kicking it into the end zone at the end of that game. When the Bears had an opportunity to march down the field, if you want to call that an opportunity to march down the field with under 30 seconds left to try to win that game after they were up by 12 points with at least 12 points with at least 4 minutes left in the game. So hopefully tonight the defense could go out and have a similar performance and finish the job, and the offense can come out just to take advantage of a couple big plays, make a couple big plays. Hopefully we can get Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney was not rumors that he wasn't pleased with his role in the offense, but hopefully they can get Darnell Mooney a touchdown tonight. It would be nice to see, to see him start building that chemistry up with Justin McGill. Most definitely want to see DJ Moore continue to be good, and hopefully we can get that special sauce of the running game with Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert being able to run the football effectively. So overall, complimentary football is what I would like to see from the Chicago Bears. What I'm concerned about is that the Bears offense picking up those blitzes on that side of the ball, and also on defense, the Bears defense containing and being able to keep Joshua Dobbs under control and don't allow him to make too many big plays with either his legs or his arm against our Chicago Bears. Allison, rookie wide receiver, kind of keep him contained, keep Joshua Dobbs contained. I think we should have a pretty good game in Minnesota tonight. Hopefully the Bears can go in with the defense leading the way, continue to do well, to continue to play well, go out and win tonight with the defense leading the way. I like it. I mean, Of course, we want to see the offense do well. We want to see Justin put up big numbers. But I think if you're looking at the way things are trending, this defense is really starting to find a rhythm and find a way to make plays. And they've been surging in that direction for the past 5 or 6 weeks. Hopefully they can continue to do so. And with this being Justin's second game back from a thumb injury, hopefully Justin can just take care of take care of the football, and put up a couple touchdowns. But I take three. I take 4. But I need Justin to take advantage of these big plays that are going to present themselves, that I believe are going to present themselves against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Now, several concerns about Justin's future in Chicago. Whether or not he's the man or not, and me myself personally, I believe Justin Fields is good enough to win in Chicago. I just think the Chicago Bears have to do a really great job of, just building this team out. Continue for this defense to improve. Continue to get offensive weapons for Justin on the perimeter. When you talk about guys in the college game, like wide receivers like Marvin Harrison Jr., you know what I'm saying? I believe Justin can do the job in Chicago. I'm not really sold on a lot of the quarterbacks they talking about in college football. I just think if you go out and draft a quarterback, it'll be a little bit more about resetting the clock on Ryan Poles and his job as general manager. And that's not what we pay to see. And I just think that if you bring in a rookie quarterback, you're going to have to go through those growing pains, maybe 2 or 3 seasons. Whereas with Justin, we've already been there. Unfortunately, if I had it my way, I'd fire the coach, and that would mean putting Justin in a new offense. And that would be a challenge in itself, but I think as far as adversity goes, Justin has been through enough adversity, either on the field or off the field. He's battled a few injuries. So he showed, to my knowledge, and I just believe he showed that he's tough enough, have the mental makeup to be successful in Chicago, and I would like to see them keep Justin. And pertaining to the draft itself, everybody's talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., 6'3", I think about 210 pounds, 215 pounds, maybe a matter of fact, 6'4", about 214, 15 pounds. Really good wide receiver, Ohio State University, and consider the fact he's playing with a quarterback that's probably still developing in Columbus, and for him to still be effective, coming off a season where he played with possibly this year's MVP of rookie C.J. Stroud in Houston, Texas. But Marvin Harrison Jr. will probably be a nice piece coming to Chicago. But I would hope that Ryan Poles is doing his due diligence and looking at this position of wide receiver, because you're only going to need a weapon or two at that position to add to this team next year. Talking about the Chicago Bears. And one thing that concerns me is there's been a lot of talk, and deservingly so, of Marvin Harrison Jr. But I believe, and I'm hoping, that Ryan Poles is doing his due diligence and looking at this wide receiver position, filling that hole. And there's a couple other guys that he might want to look at. That these guys have been brought to my attention as of late, and I had a chance to look at some highlights on them. And now that the college football season has come to somewhat of a close, getting ready for championship week throughout the country. There's 2 other wide receivers that I might want to bring to your attention. And the next time I go on with Penn, I'm going to see what he think about these guys. in comparison with their statistics, their dimensions, and stuff like that. But those receivers are from South Carolina. Xavier Leggett, 6'3", 227 pounds. Man, I came across this guy on one of the social media platforms and looked at some of his highlights. Oh man, just really good looking wide receiver. He's playing with Rattler, kid that transferred from Oklahoma, and he transferred. That's the quarterback. He transferred from Oklahoma. Now he's at South Carolina, doing the rock. Xavier Leggett. Once again, Xavier Leggett. Pretty good looking wide receiver, South Carolina University. 6'3", 227 pounds. Big, strong, and fast. And I think that's what you want in a wide receiver. He's big, he's strong, and he's fast. Another guy that might be overlooked in the Marvin Harrison talk is Malik Neighbors out of LSU. He's playing with a more talented quarterback. Name slips my mind right now, but there's another kid, Malik Neighbors. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, but he's having a really good season. So I'm just hoping that Ryan Poles is doing his due diligence when he's looking at the rest of these wide receivers, I should say. Wide receivers, I should say. When he's looking at the rest of this position, at this position group, at that wide receiver position, and I'm hoping that he's giving some of these other guys some consideration because they can be pretty good too. But I do like Marvin Harrison. I just hope that Ryan Poles isn't going to make his choice based on popularity. And I'm just hoping he's doing his due diligence on the position of wide receiver, considering the fact that he's going to have an opportunity to add a lot more talent to this Chicago Bears offense. The wide receiver is going to be one of the positions, along with the offensive line and stuff like that. Building out that offensive line, and maybe building up a little bit more on the defensive line with a pass rush if we can get one. But that's where the Montez Sweat trade came in, where he was able to go and get Montez Sweat, trade that second round pick, get Montez Sweat, but he might have an opportunity. I think Penn brought up Chop Robinson out of Penn State, so the Bears gonna have some interesting decisions to make. But as it pertains to weapons for Justin or whoever may be the quarterback coming in next season, just look at those three wide receivers. Myself personally, I like Marvin Harrison Jr., but Xavier Leggett and Malik Neighbors are to be considered as well. As far as the quarterback position is concerned, I kind of look at it like, okay, Caleb Williams has had some questionable character things on, very talented quarterback. But handling adversity in Los Angeles for USC, for the Trojans, you got a few red flags there. I do believe he's a talented quarterback, but at the same time, I like big quarterbacks. I think Caleb Williams about 6 foot, 210 pounds, I believe. Been playing with Lincoln Riley, transferred from Oklahoma, went to USC with Lincoln Riley. One thing to consider is he's been playing with Lincoln Riley for quite a while now in that offense. So, playing under a new coach and a new offense, how would he look? Not questioning his talent, just questioning some familiarity with the coach he's been playing with for over the past three years, I know for sure. So, and you people talking about Drake May. Drake May has had some questionable performances against good defenses. Didn't do particularly well against Caleb Clemson. And then as of late, I can't remember how he finished up against North Carolina State. But I believe last I checked that night he was struggling against North Carolina State. So like I said, it's kind of like you getting to know someone. It's like the red flag. You cannot ignore. tremendous talented quarterbacks, but we do have the red flags to look at. And once you get to the combine and the interview process, talking about drafting, we'll have an opportunity. If we need to get to know these guys a little bit better, and Ryan Poles will have an opportunity to meet these guys and the combine and whatnot, pro days, stuff like that, the University of USC and in North Carolina. Even Michael Penix Jr., Washington University, and the kid out of Washington State, and I forget his name right now, but a few guys to think about and consider in the draft, considering the kind of draft capital the Bears may have going into the 2024 draft. But as far as Justin, the last 6 games of the season, I want to see him play extremely well. I want to see him own this position and own his right to be the quarterback in Chicago. I'm big on Justin. As of right now, I want Justin to go out and win football games. I want him to put just as much pressure on the general manager as the general manager may be putting on him. And that's just how I see it. I believe in Justin. I do not believe Justin has been put in the best situation from coming in under Matt Nagy and being put in that situation, which was bad. And second year of the offense with Luke Gessie, I just believe they got off to a bad start trying to prove that he was a pocket passer a little too soon. I believe that if they would have came into this season, building off what they were doing last season, then like right around now, week 8, 9, 10, or 12, we know Justin's been out for 4 weeks with that injured thumb. But to see him go out and perform on a consistent high level is what I want to see out of Justin. So tonight with the Bears, I just want to see the offense take advantage of the blitz. I want to see Justin take advantage of the opportunities that the blitz is going to present, because I do believe they're going to show a lot of blitzes. And with Brian Flores and the Minnesota Vikings, Brian Flores being the defensive coordinator, and I want to see the running game get established. The defense I want to see play particularly well and continue to build on what they did, what they've been doing for the past 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully they can finish and get some turnovers again tonight. Like I said, I'm running the show, but my my computer went out. Test run, so just to continue with that, just want to see the Bears show improvement on defense and see Justin take care of the football and take advantage of the big plays that are going to present themselves. Offense being able to run the football, and maybe the Bears can come out of Minnesota with a win. Put some pressure on Ryan Poles. That's us trying to figure out how to fill out the rest of this roster going into next season. So, bear down, enjoy the game. Shout out to my man Benjamin Banneker.